Hey everyone, welcome back to Arkham Horror, the card game, the Dunwich Legacy expansion. We're at scenario 4 now, Blood on the Altar. We just got off the train, and we've arrived in Dunwich. When you finally reach Dunwich, you are greeted by Zebulon Whately and Earl Sawyer, another man from the village who had met with Dr. Armitage during the incident several months ago. Things ain't looking too good here, Earl tells you. Some folk up and went missing a few nights ago. Them whippoorwills won't shut up. Don't know what you're doing here, but last time you Arkham folk came around, it was bad news. Very bad news. His eyes blink rapidly, and he coughs and looks away. Look, why don't you rest for the night and look for whatever it is you're looking for tomorrow? Zebulon chimes in, putting a wrinkled hand on your shoulder. You begin to protest, but your aching muscles and weary mind won't allow you to refuse. The elderly man offers to take you in for the night and drives you to his home at the outskirts of Dunwich Village. The town is disheveled and eerie, and you find yourself wishing you hadn't come here at all. You fall asleep on the ride over and scarcely remember anything else from that night. When you awaken, you find Zebulon's house is abandoned, and there is no sign of the elderly man or of Mr. Sawyer. Fearing the worst, you head into the village of Dunwich to investigate, hoping to find answers. Gather all cards from the following encounter sets, Blood on the Altar, blah, blah, blah. Put the village commons into play. Each investigator begins at the village commons. I think there's a button. So if I place the Blood on the Altar, I think there's a button to place the locations. I think this will do the randomizing for me. Looks like it. So we got the Village Commons, Bishop's Brook, Osborne's General Store, the Schoolhouse, House in the Reeds, and the Congregational Church. Wow, if I have to get to the Congregational Church, I got to go all the way around. That's a pain in the butt. Okay, so we place the locations. We start at the Village Commons. Check the campaign log for each character who was kidnapped. Form a face-down pile of potential sacrifices. So who got kidnapped? Just Professor Rice. So Armitage, Rice, Morgan, not Morgan. So Earl and Zebulon. These are the potential sacrifices. I guess I'll put them here by the encounter deck. And these two stayed safe. Set the following cards aside out of play. Silas Bishop, blah, blah, blah. Check the campaign log. If we were delayed on the way to Dunwich, nope. Add a Doom to the agenda. Shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards to build the encounter deck. The Albanian gang does have a bone to pick, so we need to put Naomi's crew in here as well. Take the previously set aside Hidden Chamber and Key to the Chamber cards, along with the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, shuffle them, and randomly deal 1 card face down. So that's going to be this button. So we have 5 random encounter cards. Oh, I should not have hovered over those. So I don't know if you saw, I was like, oh, these are, yeah. That's a mobster. That's a Key to the Chamber. So let's see. This is the Hidden Chamber, and this is the Key to the Chamber. I'm going to reshuffle those because that I'm trying not to see what they are. I saw what that one was. That one was kidnapped. This was a Serpent of Many Mouths, right? No, that was a Whippoorwill, and this was a Serpent of Many Mouths, or Servant of Many Mouths. Whoops. What if I hit this button again? It's not gonna. What if I? Randomizes each set of location, then randomly removes one from game places. And this isn't going to work again. Well, 1, 2, 3. I'm just... God, I saw that one was Ancient Evils. Is there a way that I can turn off... Whoops. Is there a way that I can turn off... you know what? I wonder if it's because I'm the, if it's because I'm the game master. Yeah, it's because I'm the game master. That's it. Okay, so I just need to do this as not the game master. That makes sense. So let's try this again. So, 1, 2, 3. Shuffle them. And then deal them out. I think this one's the location because it snapped. God. It is. See? God damn it. I'm not supposed to have this knowledge. I'm not supposed to have that knowledge. Let's just reset everything. Let's just reset everything. Build my decks again. Place the, I'm gonna have to load my save. Okay, got my decks rebuilt. Placing that stuff. There's my sacrifices deck. Naomi's crew needs to go in here. Need to place the locations. Wow, these are the same locations. And then there's the encounter cards, and I don't know which is which because I'm not the game master. Okay. Now, let me switch to the game master and just do my best not to hover over any of these encounter cards until I go to flip them. Okay. So, strange disappearances. Your welcome in Dunwich has been cold. A string of disappearances has left the already aloof townsfolk on edge. Most of them look at you with distrust, and few are willing to help you in your investigation. Who knows what will happen if you don't find the location of the missing townfolk soon? Searching for answers, like interpretive dancers. The disappearances in town may be related to the events in Arkham. You suspect that something awful is afoot. You must find where the missing townsfolk are being held in order to unveil this conspiracy. When an investigator enters the hidden chamber, advance. Okay, so we're at the village commons. And Lily and Darrell are both there. Where's my Darrell? All right, be careful not to hover over any of the encounter cards. All right, now I need to draw opening hands. Well, I have Armitage. I have Ethereal Form. I have 2 weapons. I think the machete is going to be better than the ceremonial sickle because I have to place Doom on the ceremonial sickle to get the +1 damage. I'm going to throw away Ethereal Form, and I'm going to throw away the Obsidian Bracelet. Or am I going to keep the Obsidian Bracelet? I'm going to throw it away. Armitage is a sink. All right, redraw 3. Unexpected Courage, Parallel Fates, Dark Prophecy. Okay. At least I have a weapon. I don't have a way to heal. Maybe Darrell will find that. Well, I got my overzealous right out the gate. These two are dilemmas. Let's pitch those. Keeping a lucky, keeping an empirical hypothesis. Yeah. And Madame Lebranche? She can get kidnapped, I guess. Yeah, let's just draw two more. My Mariner's Compass and a deduction. That's pretty big. Pretty big. Okay. Good mulligan for Darrell. Lily's is so-so. I think what Lily's going to do, this is our first turn now. I'm going to play my machete. I'm going to play Armitage. Then I'm going to move... well, actually, let's see. Do I just parallel fates so that I can stack the encounter deck for the first two turns? Maybe. Look at the top four cards of the encounter deck and reveal a random token from the cast bag. If it's a bad symbol, shuffle those cards into the encounter deck. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to draw the encounter symbol first. Okay, so it's a -2. It's not a symbol, so I get to return them to the top in any order. So looking at the top four. Ugh. Okay. So Unhallowed Country means you can't play allies and treat the printed text box of each ally you control as if it was blank. Test head 3. That's going to be easier for Lily to get rid of. And then we have 3 enemies. The Servant of Many Mouths spawns at an empty location. We'll give that one to Darrell to draw next turn. So we'll put this second. Hunting Night Gaunt. Lily'd be able to test a 6 on a 3, and if it's the only enemy she's engaged with, she just needs to swing at it twice. So let's put this one first, this one second. The Whippoorwill last. Darrell can draw that. So Darrell draws that. Lily draws this. Darrell draws this. So we're getting a Servant of Many Mouths and a Hunting Night Gaunt next turn. And that's not fast, so that is all of Lily's actions. Alternatively, I could have opened up a location. I think I want to get to the Congregational Church first, because that's the location that's going to take me the longest to get to. And if nothing is useful there... Well, there's 2 schools of thought, right? If a thing I need's in Bishop's Brook, or the schoolhouse, or the general store, like, that would be the ideal scenario. But I don't know. Why don't I go to the schoolhouse first? Because that's connected to the most locations, right? Like, I can go to the house in the Reeds. The Congregational Church is just so far out there. Yeah, I'm going to go to the schoolhouse first. 4 shroud, 1 clue. You cannot discover clues here except by investigating. And if there are no clues here, draw the encounter card underneath the schoolhouse. Okay. I have a 4 shroud. Now, if I play empirical hypothesis, do I get to choose one of these criteria as I play it? That's a good question. I would think yes. Okay. I could not find an answer quickly online, so I'm just going to... I'm going to rule with how it's literally worded on the card, which is a forced effect that triggers at the start of the round. And I have already missed that, so I don't get one this turn, but I want to get it out as soon as possible. At the start of the round, choose one of the following criteria for this round. When you fail a test by 2 or more, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then I'm going to investigate. I'm only on a 5 on a 4. I do have a lucky. Let's go 5 on a 4. Okay. I'm going to wait to draw the encounter card until next turn. That's just a lightning bolt ability. when Lily and Darrell both have actions. So, yeah. That's our turn. There are no enemies on the board. Upkeep. I drew a premonition. That's pretty solid. Oh, I just hit draw one. Let's put this back on top of my deck and actually hit the upkeep card, or the upkeep button. Okay. Cult Lexicon, that gives me my bonded cards. Blood Right. Ooh. I might play that because that is a way for Darrell to deal with enemies. Okay. Anyway, it is time for the Mythos phase. Doom on the sheet, and then we get encounter cards, which I know what these are going to be. A Hunting Night Gaunt, and a Servant of Many Mouths. I'm going to put the evidence on Servant of Many Mouths from Darrell's Kodak. Technically, also at the start of the round, I should have chosen one of the following criteria. I'm going to choose Succeed a Test by 3 or more. Servant of Many Mouths spawns at any empty location, so I could put it in Osborne's general store, so Lily could go deal with it next turn. Like, it doesn't do anything, it's just a humanoid. It deals 2 hearts worth of damage. Or I could put it in the Congregational Church and just have it sit there. Although I think there's a card that makes enemies move once towards you, which that might not be great. We'll put it in the general store. After you defeat Servant of Many Mouths, discover 1 clue at any location. Well, hell. And then the next 2 cards are going to be Your Allies Don't Do Anything and a Whippoorwill. So, you know, Darrell and Lily can split up a little bit. Or maybe I have Lily... Yeah, you know what? Let's put this down at Bishop's Brook. Then what Lily can do is she can go down to Bishop's Brook to kill this thing. And Darrell can go over to Osborne's general store. But first... Now, let's see. Can Darrell activate this lightning bolt ability when it's not his turn? Or does it have to be his turn? I think it has to be his turn. And I want Lily to go first, which is unfortunate. Let's have Lily go first. She's going to swing at this guy with the machete. +1 fight if it's the only enemy engaged with you, +1 damage. That is true. My discipline's giving me a fist. That attack gives me a fist. I'm sitting at 6 on a 3. That's pretty good. 6 on a 3 again. That kills it. Now I don't want to have Lily go down here to engage it right away. What I can have Lily do is go open up Osborne's general store and see if it's worth Darrell going there. 2 Shroud, 2 clues. You cannot gain resources while you're in Osborne's general store. Well, rip Lily's resource during the upkeep. I chose Succeed by 3 or more. You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to play my Occult Lexicon just in case this is an enemy underneath here, and then I can deal with it. Oh, when it comes into play, I add a Blood Right to my hand and 2 Blood Rights to my deck. Okay. Then I'm going to activate this Lightning Bolt ability. If there are no clues under here, or if there are no clues here, draw the encounter card. Kidnapped. Test head or foot 4. If you fail, add an ally asset you control to the pool of potential sacrifices. Then attach Kidnapped to the current agenda. If you have no ally assets, take 2 damage and discard Kidnapped instead. Does that mean I don't have to test? What are the bad symbols? If you fail, add 1 clue from the token pool to your location. If you're in the hidden chamber, reveal another token. If you fail, place a doom on the agenda. I think I still need to test, because if I pass it, then I don't take the 2 damage. I'm going to test foot 4. I'm at a 3 on a 4. Squid. Oh, that's the worst one. Because it puts my skill value down to a 0. And I fail, so I place a doom on the agenda. Ugh. That's about the worst thing it could have been. Maybe I should have chosen fail by 3 or more. Or 2 or more, whatever this this thing is. Okay. Then I'm going to come over here as my second action and investigate. That is 5 on a 2. Success. I get a clue. I only succeeded by 2. That's a bit unfortunate. Lily's also done. Okay, enemy phase. The enemies... He doesn't hunt, and he's not engaged with anybody. Oh, Darrell has to take 2 damage from the kidnapped. I forgot about that. Upkeep time. Azure Flame. And Darrell has... healing. But I have to place a clue on my location. Not the end of the world. Doom on the sheet. Encounter cards. Now, this is going to be Lily's Unhallowed Country. Put it into play in your threat area. You cannot play ally assets. Treat the printed text box of these allies as if it were blank. At the end of my turn, test head 3. If you succeed, discard Unhallowed Country. I got an Unexpected Courage and a Dark Prophecy and a Premonition. I can probably get rid of that pretty quickly. All right, and then Darrell is drawing a Whippoorwill. I'm going to put the evidence on the Whippoorwill. And it is aloof, so it enters play at my location. I didn't see what that card said. It hovered and it appeared. I was not looking at it. I'm still going to reveal it anyway. That's what I'm going to do this turn. Darrell, do you want to go so that you can maybe get this last clue? I'm going to choose fail by 2 or more this time. And I'll be testing a 4 on a 2 here because I've got the Whippoorwill. Do I want to play my Mariner's Compass? Yeah, let's play my Mariner's Compass. And then go 4 on a 2. Skull is -1 for each location in play with no encounter card underneath it. That is the Village Commons and the Schoolhouse. That is a -2. That succeeds. So give me this clue. Give me this evidence from the Whippoorwill. I did this in a really not, like, great way. Lily's going to go down there and fuck him up. What's Darrell going to do for his third action? I move back to the schoolhouse? I guess he could move down here and then Lily would have to move, engage, and fight. I do want them to be together. Does Lily have anything else she wants to do? What does Darrell want to do? Well, first, I'm gonna have Darrell do this. That's the key to the chamber. Revelation, take control of the key to the chamber. I really hope the chamber is right here. That would be so fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna move there to Bishop's Brook. Serve it to many mouths engages me. Bishop's Brook, each enemy at Bishop's Brook deals +1 horror while attacking. 3 shroud, 2 clues. Okay. Take it, Darrell. That's my third action, was to move. Lily's first action is going to be to move. Lily's second action is going to be to engage. Do I premonition the fight? Because I need to kill him. I don't want to be taking 2 and 1. That's for sure. I'm going to premonition the fight. So I'm going to play premonition, so we draw the token first. It's a 0. Okay, so I can just attack it with my machete. It's the only enemy engaged with me, so it gets +1. So I get +1 damage. It's dead. After you defeat Servant of Many Mouths, discover a clue at any location. Well, there's only one location with a clue, so I guess we'll give that to Lily. And that's the end of the investigators phase. The whippoorwill chases us. Upkeep. Oh boy. Oh, first, before that arm injury, technically, at the end of your turn, I have to test head 3. Armitage's text box could be blank. Good thing I didn't commit anything. Okay, now I drew my arm injury. Lily can only take 1 fight and 1 activate action, but I can heal it as a point of damage. I could throw a clue back down and then heal 3 damage from Lily. I could heal her actual damage and her arm injury. And then I could just use my Mariner's Compass to suck the clue back up. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. Anyway, Darrell gets an upkeep. I have a Hawkeye folding camera. I don't have the resources to play it or the hand slots to hold it, but I do have a Hawkeye folding camera. All right, that was the end of the upkeep. It's a new round. I am going to choose fail by 2 or more, because I'm testing a 3 shroud location. Okay. Doom on the sheet is 4. Now these are the encounter cards we don't know. Hunted down. If there are no unengaged criminal enemies in play, it gains Surge. That is correct. The Whippoorwill's the only enemy in play, and it is certainly not a criminal. There's a criminal. Darrell's going to put an evidence on that. He can go first and investigate. And get the clue, or the evidence. And another Whippoorwill. Holy shit. I don't need to be engaged with the Whippoorwill for Blood Right to work. But, well, let's see if Lily... So Lily, if she fights with the machete, is at 6, but because there's 2 Whippoorwills here, that's down to a 4. If she attacks the Whippoorwill first, she only needs to do 1 damage. But she's also got this arm injury. Darrell's book is now down to a 3. I could pump it to a 4 with Mariner's Compass, and I could make the investigate a 1. I could investigate 4 and a 1. Yeah, let's have Darrell go first, even with the 2 Whippoorwills here. My first action is going to be Bizarre Diagnosis to heal 3 damage from an investigator at my location. That's going to be Lily's 1 point of damage and her arm injury. Because arm injury Can be healed as if it were a single point of damage. So that's my first action. And a cost of this was placing one of my clues on my location. Let's get rid of one of the whippoorwills. Just because. Okay. So blood right is draw 2 cards. Well, there goes my overzealous. I think I have to resolve overzealous first, and I think technically William Webb is not in my hand at the time I am doing overzealous. So, top card of the encounter deck, it gains Surge. Test head 2, it gets +1 difficulty for each point of damage on me. Head 4, if you fail, take 2 horror. That's fine. 2 on a 4. Skull's a fail. 2 horror. Encounter card the second from Overzealous. Rotting Remains. Head 3. I'm going to commit my Hawkeye folding camera to make it a 3 on a 3. I take 2 more horror. Wow. Okay, so that was my card draw from this Blood Right, which I am playing. Then you may either gain a resource or spend a resource to deal damage to an enemy at your location. I'm going to spend a resource to deal 1 damage to this whippoorwill. It goes bye-bye. That was my second action. My third action is going to be investigating with the Mariner's Compass. I have no resources, so it's going to give me that extra clue. I'm going to spend this evidence to make the test a difficulty of 1. No, you know what? I'm not going to spend that evidence. I have a lucky in my hand. If I fail it, I use lucky. I mean, they're honestly the same thing, aren't they? No, because this isn't guaranteed. The lucky is guaranteed. It would be nice to make this, to use this to make it a guaranteed action. Like if I was investigating a Shroud of 2 or fighting something on a 2. So yeah, I'm just going to go 4 on a 3. That's a -1 and it's 2 clues because I used the Mariner's Compass and I had no resources. Right, let me just double check that I'm reading that correctly. If you succeed and you have no resources in your resource pool, discover an additional clue. So that clue that I put down to heal, wow, from Bizarre Diagnosis, yeah. I just picked it right back up. But that is the end of my turn. Do I want to open this card? Yeah, it's an O'Banion's Thug. Because Darrell, because Darrell revealed it, it's engaged with him. Well, shit. That's going to deal him 2 damage and a horror, which he really cannot take right now. Lily? Lily can take it. She's healthy. I also discovered a clue from this location which this mobster was at, so Darrell's Kodak gets another evidence. Lily, you need to kill this mobster and engage this guy from Darrell. Because there's only 1 whippoorwill here now, I'm sitting at a 5 on a 2 for 2 damage. Fight. Cultist, I think, is only -1. -2, but that is a success regardless. And that's 2 damage because of the machete. My second action is going to be engaging this O'Banion's Thug. And I'm going to try... It doesn't retaliate. Oh, Lily should have... Are we both? No, Lily was here 1 turn. And she gained a resource while she was there during the upkeep. She should have 1 fewer resource. She's also going to have 1 fewer resource if she doesn't kill him. Do I use my unexpected courage here? I think so. Do any of the symbols pass a 5 on a 4? No, because skulls are now -4. That's their maximum. Yeah, so I don't want to Dark Prophecy this. Unless I also like Dark Prophecy Unexpected Courage. That would make it go up to a 7 on a 4, and the worst symbol is a -3. I think I'm going to do that. Fighting with the machete again. I'm sitting at 5 on a 4. Commit Unexpected Courage to make it a 7 on a 4. And play Dark Prophecy to reveal 5 chaos tokens, and I have to choose a symbol if one pops up. Well, I guess I'll choose... It doesn't really matter. I can choose the cultist or the squid, and they both succeed. He's dead. Now I'm going to test this. Head 3. I'm sitting at 2 on a 3 because of the whippoorwill. Oh! I couldn't commit that anyway. Okay. Enemy phase. The whippoorwill doesn't move. He doesn't attack because he's aloof. Upkeep. A sweeping kick. And Darrell's upkeep is another lucky. Oh boy. Yeah, save those luckies for the important draws, like the deduction investigate with a mariner's compass in the chamber. Okay. That's the end of our turn. At the start of the new round, I'm going to pick... I mean, I'm not going to do any tests unless I engage and kill the whippoorwill with evidence, but I think I'm just going to move with both of my players unless they draw enemies. I'm going to choose succeed by 3 or more, whatever. Doom on the sheet, encounter card time. On the Wings of Darkness. Test foot 4 if you fail. Take a damage in a horror, then disengage from each non-night gaunt enemy engaged with you and move to a central location. I am sitting at 2 on a 4. So only my Elder Sign passes. -2 if you fail, add a clue from the token pool to your location. That's okay. I already got the card out from under here. I think that will get added to the chamber later, but that's fine. We need to find the chamber, and that's not going to stop us from finding the chamber. And then she moves to a central location and takes a damage in a horror. Oops. Might as well put it on Armitage. His text box is blank anyway. Okay. Darrell's card is a servant of many mouths spawn at any empty location. Hey, Lily, do you want to go and fight him here? Yeah. Darrell's going to put in evidence on him with the Kodak. I have not gotten any evidence from my empirical hypothesis. Probably because I haven't upgraded it. It's literally, like, I could have added, you take a damage, isn't it? Yeah, you are dealt damage or horror is one of the things I could have chosen, but no. Okay. I don't think it really matters who goes first. I'm going to have Lily go first. 1, 2, up to the house in the reeds. 2 shroud, 2 clues. While you're at house in the reeds, you can't play events. Oh, I can't lucky it. Oh, no. He engages. I moved twice. I'm fighting at a 6 on a 3. Because I'm no longer with the whippoorwill. 6 on a 3. For 2 damage because of the machete. That's a -2. That succeeds. Sorry, Darrell. Your evidence is gone. Oh, no. And Darrell's actions are going to be 1, 2, 3 moves. The good news is the chamber's either this one or this one. Oh, and Lily gets this clue. Because when Servant of Many Mouths dies, discover one clue at any location. I might as well take it from the higher shroud. And the one that Darrell was leaving from, so that he could just move. And there's clues clumped up here. I can Mariner's Compass them to get them in one action. Yeah. Okay. Enemy phase, the Whippoorwill's going to hunt to the commons, because he's trying to get to us. Do enemy movement follows movement, like the location connections, right? Like it can't go to the Congregational Church, can it? I'm gonna look up Hunter. Actually, there's a rules reference in here. Hunter is on 12. 1917. Hunter. During the enemy phase, each ready and unengaged enemy with the Hunter keyword moves to a connecting location along the shortest path towards the nearest investigator. Enemies at a location with one or more investigators do not move. So it has to move to a connecting location. I've played... How many campaigns of this have I played? I've played like... This is my 3rd or 4th Dunwich. I've played Carcosa twice. Forgotten Age twice. And every other one once, so that's like another 5 more. I've played this like 13 times. Plus a handful of Night of the Zealot teaching new people. And I still didn't know the Hunter. Like, I wasn't 100% sure that Hunters had to follow location connections. I was not 100% sure about that. But luckily, the rules reference exists, and it's a quick lookup. It annoys me so much on the Arkham Horror subreddit where people ask simple questions that if they took 30 seconds to go look it up in the rules reference, that it would they'd find it simple. Anyway, that's a tangent and a mini rant. Oh, Lily didn't test this. 3 out of 3. Nope. Okay. Upkeep. Lily gets an enchanted blade. Darrell gets another event he can't play. But it's a way for him to deal with an enemy if he needs to. As long as he's not at this location, because while you are at the House in the Reeds, you cannot play events. Okay, we're sitting at Doom on the Sheet 6, which advances the agenda. Whippoorwills gather along the gambrel roofs of Dunwich and begin to shriek in jubilation. The people of Dunwich believe that the presence of the whippoorwills foreshadows somebody's imminent death. Do they long for your death, or is the victim someone else? If there are 3 or more potential sacrifices, choose one of them at random and place it underneath the agenda deck and do not look at it. I also didn't see whose name that was. I think it said Zebulon Waitley. Whatever. he can die. It really doesn't matter who it is. It's just we don't get him. And then we get in... Oh, we need to read this flavor text. As the sun sets, the frightened townsfolk retreat into their homes and lock their doors. It's clear to you that many of them know more than they're letting on. A sickening feeling turns over in your stomach as the village's true nature becomes clear. 6 doomed to advance again. Now we draw encounter cards. Lily gets another whippoorwill. Darrell's going to put in evidence on that because I think I can get the clues while it's there. And Darrell gets a strange signs. Test book 3 if you fail. Add a clue from the token pool to your location. 2 clues or more if there are 3 investigators in the game. So, book 3, you say. I'm sitting at book 4 because the whippoorwill. 4 on a 3. I will... You know, William Webb is useful because I can then... Well... No, that wouldn't work. I was thinking I could sit outside of the chamber and have William Webb and then my Mariner's Compass and get 2 clues a turn from the chamber without going in there. But that doesn't work because this says when you successfully investigate, exhaust Professor William Webb and spend a secret instead of discovering a clue at your location. So Mariner's Compass would discover 2 clues at my location. William Webb would replace one of them with discovering a clue at a connecting location. I'm going to commit William Webb to make this a 5 on a 3. Hey, good job. All right. Whippoorwill. Oh, at the start of the round, I needed to pick this. And technically, this should have been the start of the round so that I didn't draw encounter cards, and that's why. I probably would have chosen succeed by 3 or more because I would have been testing at a 5 on a 2 if it wasn't for this Whippoorwill, so I'm still going to choose succeed by 3 or more. Unfortunately, I am... Here's what I'm going to do. Investigating at a 4 on a 2, but I'm going to use my Mariner's Compass. I'm going to spend 2 resources to go up to 6 on a 2 and get both the clues. 6 on a 2? Sure. -3 succeeds, but it does not succeed by 3 or more. I get the evidence from the Whippoorwill, too. I've got a lot of evidence on my Kodak. Now, if my ruined film comes, I won't be taking in so much damage. All right, I've got 6 of the clues. And that was my first action. So let's reveal this. It's an Ancient Evils. Sweet. Well, we know that this is the chamber now. So let's go in here to the Congregational Church. 2 Shroud, 2 clues. Choose and discard a card from your hand. Gain 2 resources for an action. Okay. That was my second action to move. My third action is going to be investigating here 5 on a 2. Commit deduction 6 on a 2. Yep, commit deduction 6 on a 2. -4 succeeds. Give me both of those clues. And flip this. Hey, look, it's the hidden chamber. Put the hidden chamber into play. The hidden chamber and the location from which it was drawn are connected to one another. The door to the hidden chamber is locked. You cannot enter the hidden chamber unless the key to the chamber is attached to it. Well, hey, guess what? Darrell has the key to the chamber. If the hidden chamber is connected to your current location, attach the key to it. Hey, I can go into it. I have not gone into it yet, and that's what I do to advance. I mean, Lily can go in there, or she can kill this Whippoorwill. This Whippoorwill is going to have to go all the way around the block. Yeah, Lily, kill this Whippoorwill. First action, engage. Second action, fight. 6 on a 2. Overkill, but it's dead. And then I'm going to move down here. Hunter's Hunt. Upkeep time. Oh, end of my turn, I need to test this. Head 3. Sure, 3 on a 3. Why couldn't I have drawn the Elder Sign for that one and the -1 for the Whippoorwill? Oh well. Upkeep time. I got my butterfly swords out, and Darrell has another bizarre diagnosis in case I need to heal. Anyway, let's doom on the sheet and draw some encounter cards. Here comes the Sordid and Silent. Nope, Strange Sign. Test book 3. If you fail, add a clue from the token pool to your location. That's not the end of the world. 2 on a 3. Okay. A clue goes on this location. Darrell gets kidnapped. Well, I don't have any allies. I have to test head 4 or foot 4, and if I fail, add the ally asset or I can take 2 damage. You know, I can heal the damage with my bizarre diagnosis by putting one of my clues down. Do I spend an evidence to make this easier? At the beginning of the round, I should have chosen again. I keep forgetting to choose for empirical hypothesis. Well, obviously, now that I know this information, the correct thing would be fail by 2 or more. So I'm not going to choose that one. I'm going to say succeed by 3 or more. I'm going to punish myself. I'm going to test foot, and I'm at a 3 on a 4. I am going to spend an evidence to make it a 3 on a 2. -3. Oh boy, I'm lucky. That succeeds. Draw a card from lucky. Okay. I just didn't want to take the damage. I think that was worth an evidence and a lucky for that. Okay, Lily, go into the chamber. Whoops. Advance. You find your way into the hidden chamber where you believe the missing folk are being held, but the horrors that confront you there fray the edges of your sanity. Bound by chains in a secluded corner of the room is an unspeakable creature with the face of a man. It wheezes and wrestles to free itself as it notices your entrance. The many mouths covering the creature's body are covered in blood and gristles of meat, as though it were feeding recently. With a hideous croak, the creature speaks with 7 mouths. Seth. It then lurches forward as though to grab you, and several of its chains snap. Reveal each unrevealed location. Done. Move all the clues in play, including those on each investigator, to the hidden chamber. So we've got 2 from Lily. How many from Darrell? It's a lot. 8. Is that 8 clues? Yes. 1 from here. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Lily has 1. Lily has 2. 11 clues. There's 11 clues on the hidden chamber. I'm going to group them in groups of 3 to make it easier for me to count. 3, 3, 3, and 2. There we go. Okay. Spawn the set-aside Silas Bishop enemy in the hidden chamber. Good old Silas Bishop. I'll put Lily on this side, Silas on this side. Silas is a 3, 6 investigator, so 12, 7 massive, cannot make attacks of opportunity. 2 victory points, deals 2 and 2. So Lily can do, well, so if Lily has to tank this, that's not going to be great. She doesn't have any dodges. If I get my butterfly swords out, she can deal 3 damage a turn and she can kill him in 4 turns. Darrell can go in and get 2 clues a turn and finish it in, yeah, Darrell. Killing Silas is actually going to be easier than getting the clues. As long as butterfly... I mean, I should try to do both. But... like, Darrell isn't really set up to get more than 2 clues a turn. He can go in... Mariner's Compass... and get out... without taking an attack of opportunity. Lily can go in. Oh, she could sweeping kick him for a turn, and that means we wouldn't have to go out. Yeah, I don't think that's this turn, though, because Lily... well, let's see. Lily already used one of her actions. She doesn't have her butterfly swords out. So Lily's first action was to move in. We did all this stuff, and now the Chamber of the Beast. The pitiful beast lunges to grab you with slimy arms, its many jaws snapping in hunger. Killing it would be merciful, but perhaps there's something else to discover about this creature. If Silas Bishop is defeated, R1. If there are no clues in the hidden chamber, advance. So yeah, we could try to kill it. We We try to get the clues. I know there's a special thing for getting all the clues and having the Necronomicon in play. That's somewhere in these 21 cards. If Darrell draws his Necronomicon, then I might switch over to trying to get the clues instead of fighting him. Lily's going to move out of the Hidden Chamber as her second action, and then she's going to play her Butterfly Swords, which is two-handed, so it drops her machete. That's fine. Yeah. That's her turn. She played her Butterfly Swords as her third action. Darrell's going to go in, and because Silas Bishop cannot make attacks of opportunity, I am going to Mariner's Compass, spending a resource to give me 6 book on a Shroud of 3, and this will gain me 2 clues. That's a success. Not that one. I wanted these 2. All right, Darrell picked up 2 clues as his second action. I flipped the clues because they were selected. And I'm going to move back out because I don't want to take that attack. Hunter's Hunt. You know, this whippoorwill sitting here is not going to be the end of the world. Oh, Lily needed to test this. Head 3. Squid. Oh, no. -3 if you fail, place a doom on the agenda. Hey, Lily, good thing you're lucky. So that also passes. And she gets to draw a card. Because it says, play when an investigator at your location will fail a skill test. They get +3. That investigator draws a card. I think that was a good thing to lucky. Sure. The whippoorwill hunted. Now we upkeep. Ethereal form. Ooh. Oh, no, it does evade. It actually does evade, but it just disengages with everything else. But that's 2 evades now that I can do on Silas Bishop to maybe make this go faster. Okay. And then upkeep for Darrell is another Blood Right. Hell, killing him might be the quicker option. Like, if Lily can get in here and get an evasion off, she can wail on him twice with the Butterfly Swords. Darrell can come in and Blood Right him twice. That's testless damage. That'd be 4 testless damage there out of the 12. Yeah, I might try to kill Silas Bishop instead of getting the clues. Anyway, we are at 3 doom on the sheet. We need to draw encounter cards. This could change my plans. Psychopomp's Song, Surge Peril. Add it to any investigator's threat area. When you would take 1 or more damage, take 2 additional damage and then discard it. Well, we're going to do that. Darrell? Put an evidence on it. And it surges. Sordid and Silent. This is the worst. Well, if we're going to be in the chamber because Silas is evaded, that's not the worst. All right, Sordid and Silent is attached to the Congregational Church now. At the end of the round, each investigator at the attached location takes a horror. When the agenda advances, discarded. So that's going to sit there for the next 3 turns, or 4 turns, because we've already put one on for this turn. Darrell gets a card now, too. Another Sordid and Silent. I mean, staying out here is almost as bad. Well, I guess it's half as bad as taking an attack from him. But Lily's got these evades, so I think we're just going to try to kill him. So Lily's going to head in. That's her first action. She's going to play Sweeping Kick. Costs 1. Fight, adding my feet to my skill value for this attack, and it deals +1 damage. If you succeed, automatically evade the attacked enemy. So my fist is 5. My feet are 3. That is 8 on a test of 3. 8 on 3. Skull is -4. That's the maximum it can be. That's a success. Silas is evaded. And that was also a fight that deals +1 damage. So that's 2 damage on him. And he needs 12. I'm just going to stack them down here so they're not on the card. But this is the damage on Silas. That was her second action because her first one was to move in. Then her third action is going to be fighting with the butterfly swords. I get +1 fist, so that is a 6 on a 3 attack. That's a failure, -4. Darrell can't help me, he's not at my location, but after this attack, you may exhaust it to do it again. Let's do it again. Adding my feet, that puts it at an 8 on a 3 again. That's a success, and that attack deals +1 damage. So that's another 2 on Silas Bishop. So I will say, every time I've played through this campaign, I have either gotten the clues or failed and the agenda advanced all the way. I have never killed Silas Bishop. I'm actually kind of excited to see what happens when you go this route. All right, Darrell, you know, go in. Am I just going to blood right him twice? Why not? Blood right. Draw 2 cards. One is a predator or prey. I'm going to choose each unengaged enemy moves once towards the nearest investigator. Oh no, the whippoorwill's coming. So then I can... Oh. Okay, I can discard up to 2 cards, and then I can either gain a resource or spend a resource to deal a damage. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to discard Higher Education and my other Mariner's Compass. I'm going to choose gain a resource, spend a resource to deal a damage. I didn't think this through. I thought that would be... I thought I could deal more damage. Do I just have Darrell fight him with an evidence 2 against a 1? I could add Doom to the sheet. That seems like a bad idea. I'm going to gain a resource as my third action. Okay. Enemies hunt. The whippoorwill's in here with us. Silas is evaded, so he does not attack. Now we upkeep. Eldritch Initiation, that's card draw. There's the Necronomicon. Oh, I'm now torn. I'm now torn. So Darrell can get 4 clues a turn if, well, he readies up. If Lily evades him again, he can get 4 clues this turn and 4 clues the next turn. And then there would just be 1 clue. He's got 7 HP left because we're at 5. I also don't know how to make these damage tokens like a 2 damage. State. Oh. Aha! I'm sure that there's a quicker way to do that. I'm sure that there's a quicker way to do that. He's got 5 damage on him. Well, okay, one of Darrell's actions would have to be playing the Necronomicon and dropping his this, which gets rid of my blood rights. If I play the Necronomicon, I am all in on fighting. Or if I play the Necronomicon, I would have to be all in on getting the clues. I still think killing him is going to be the option I choose. Anyway, we are at the Mythos phase. For Empirical Hypothesis, which I keep forgetting about, I'm going to choose fail a test by 2 or more. Kidnapped. Uh-oh, Armitage, you might be getting fucked. Test head 4 or foot 4. If you fail, add an ally asset you control to the pool of potential sacrifices, then attach kidnap to the current agenda. Well, I was going to use ethereal form, so I guess I'll test head. The whippoorwill's at this location. So I'm testing head 3 on a 4. Oh, that's the -1. All right, Armitage, you'd better not die. Whoops, that's the wrong. Which one's the deck? That was the deck. And attach kidnaps next to the current agenda. Can Darrell put in evidence on that? I think he can, because it's not at any location, and it is in play, right? Because it says put it into play, or it attaches it next to the current agenda. I mean, I'd say that that's in play, right? All right, Darrell, encounter card. Rotting Remains, test head 3. I'm sitting at 1 on a 3. I take 3 horror. That is almost all of it. I could have spent an evidence to not hurt myself. Lily, you need to evade this guy and like to yesterday. So if Lily casts ethereal form, it adds my head to my feet. That would only be a 4. His evade is a 7. This is no longer a good idea to try to fight him, I don't think. But if Darrell ends his turn here, he dies. So Darrell could, like, get a clue and get out. The whippoorwill, yeah, the 7. I forgot about his evade being a 7. I should have had Darrell getting those clues from the start. All right, Darrell's getting the clues. And I think we say fuck the Necronomicon. Lily, you need to evade him, and right now. And we do it with this. I get +5 skill value for the next action. I'm casting ethereal form. My foot's at an 8. And my head's at a 3. So that would be 11. But the whippoorwill says -1 to all of my skills. So it's down to a 9. Darrell's going to spend an evidence. To make this a 5 test. 9 on a 5. Okay. That's a success. He is evaded. That was 2 actions. It's not the damage that's gonna kill Darrell, it's the horror. And I can't stay in here very long. Two guys are going to get sacrificed if I don't get these clues. So here's what we do. Investigate with the Mariner's Compass. My book's 5. Whippoorwill makes it a 4. Spend 3 resources. That's the maximum I can do. So my book is now 7 on a Shroud of 3 for 2 clues. That gets me 2 clues. I'm going to grab this evidence from this kidnapped. Oh, Lily has another action. Oh, I also get the evidence from Psychopump's song. I forgot to take Lily's last action. Engage the whippoorwill so she can kill it next turn? Or do I attack Silas and maybe put 3 more damage on him? Because if I can attack Silas and put 3 more damage on him... this flipped because I used it to evade. Right? What were Lily's actions? I activated this, I evaded, and then what did I do? I didn't do anything. I might as well fight him. I'm at 4, 5, but the whippoorwill makes it 4. 4 on a 3. I'm going to commit Azure Flame to make it 5 on a 3 for 1 damage. That adds a doom to the sheet. That's not good. That gets rid of the Sorted in Silence. I'm going to exhaust. So I'm sitting at 3 plus 2 is 5 on a 3. Ceremonial Sickle commit 6 on a 3 to deal 2 damage. All right, that succeeds. This goes up to 7. Lily could deal 5 damage next turn if she succeeds in all of her attacks. Okay, Darrell's next action, because I forgot that Lily still had 1 more action. This is going to take 2 of these guys away, and hopefully it's not Armitage. Anyway, Darrell's book's only a 4. The Shroud's a 3. I'm going to commit Bizarre Diagnosis to go 6 on a 3. For 1 clue. I'm going to play Madame Lebranche. No, I have no resources. Because I spent them all on Mariner's Compass. Fuck. Well, then I'm going to commit Madame Lebranche. I should have played Madame Lebranche. Because this... Well, I'm sitting at 5 on a 3. That's a fail. Lily, you might need to, you just might need to kill him. Because I don't think I can get 6 clues next turn. The whippoorwill doesn't do anything. He's not engaged. Silas readies up. And we upkeep. Word of Protection could be very useful. The Truth Beckons is not useful at all because there are no locations. And see, with Massive, there's a thing about Massive. A ready enemy with the Massive keyword is considered to be engaged with each investigator at the same location as it. But investigators are not, like... There was a rule with Zoe. I think there's a rule about, like... Yeah, Zoe's rule about, like, when there's a massive enemy, like when you move into a location with a massive enemy, like there's no like point of engagement, so you don't get one of her triggers or something. But like if I still had the machete out, I would be engaged with 1 enemy, namely this big ass Silas Bishop. Anyway, we did the upkeep. We need to do this. When the agenda advances, choose a potential sacrifice. Oh, that was Zebulon. Okay. And then this one also. More whippoorwills flock to Dunwich village as the night progresses. The other townsfolk, notoriously superstitious, are terrified by the bird's presence. With the doors around you shut and locked, you find yourself alone in the streets of Dunwich. If there are 2 or more potential sacrifices, choose one at random and place it beneath the agenda deck without looking at it. All right, we have 7 turns. The rhythmic screeching of the whippoorwills fills the night. If superstitions of Dunwich are correct, their song portends impending death, but for whom? Okay. The sordid and silence, most importantly, go away. And then we draw encounter cards. Ancient evils. I'm actually okay with this. Rotting remains. I'm actually not okay with this. I'm going to test head 1. So I'm spending an evidence to make this a 1 test. Lily is going to commit this to make Darrell's head go up to a 2. Remember, the whippoorwill is making his head a 1. And I'm going to commit this blood right to make it go up to a 3. I'm testing a 3 on a 1 for my survival. And if I die, then Lily, you've just got to kill Silas. 3 on a 1. Lily, can you kill this whippoorwill so I can get the clues? Lily can engage the whippoorwill, attack it, and move out. I think that's what she's going to do. Engage the whippoorwill. She can attack the whippoorwill with the butterfly swords and then attack Silas with the second attack. Yes. Okay. I am testing 4 plus 1, 5, minus 1, 4. On a 2, I'm going to commit this enchanted blade to make it a 5 on a 2. Squid is minus 3. Let me just triple check that. Yes. The whippoorwill is dead. Exhaust the butterfly swords to go up to 7 on a 3 for 2 damage. Squid's minus 3. We just talked about that. He's got 9 damage on him. And then I'm going to move out. So Lily can kill him next turn. Okay. Darrell's book is back up to a 5. The shroud's still a 3. I'm going to Mariner's Compass. God, so if I want to do the Necronomicon bullshit, it would take me 3 more turns, and I've got 6, but then I've got more encounter cards, you know? I'm just going to say screw the Necronomicon thing until the last turn. Mariner's Compass. I'm spending my last resource. So I get +1 book. That's 6 on a 3. You know what? I'm going to spend this evidence to go down to 6 on a 1. Of course. Yep. I think we're just killing Silas. Investigating 5 on a 3. That gets me 1 clue. And I have to leave, otherwise I will die. I might be dead anyway, because I only have 1 sanity left. Like I said, Lily can kill him next turn, as long as she doesn't get just uber fucked. Enemy phase, there are no enemies that hunt. Upkeep. Lily's got a backpack, which is a foot. Darrell's got Dark Horse. That does not help. I guess it'll help if I need to pass a head test. Doom on the sheet. Encounter card. Spawn at any empty location, you know? get all the way over there. Hunted down if there are no unengaged criminal enemies in play. I don't think he's a criminal. He is a humanoid. Then it gains surge. Eager for death. This is how I die. This is straight up how I die. I am testing head 4 because I have 2 damage on me. I'm going to spend this evidence to make it back down into a head 2 test. And I'm going to commit Dark Horse so that I'm testing a 3 on a 2. Holy shit! Oh, Darrell just surviving by the skin of his fucking teeth. You know, Darrell, I'm going to give you a chance to go in there and get some clues. I'm going to Mariner's Compass and do this. I'm testing at a 6 on a 3 for 2 clues. That's a success. And then get out. I'm basically doing that as a contingency plan. Like if Lily goes in here and swings, let's see, she could, if she takes an attack from Silas and Psychopomp Song triggers, she goes to 4 and 2. But I think she's just going to try to kill him this turn. Lily. Attack. 5 on a 3 for 1 damage, and the backpack doesn't help. 5 on a 3. That's going to put a doom on the sheet. And it won't kill him this turn now, unless I stay in there and attack again. I am going to exhaust Butterfly Swords for this attack and go 7 on a 3. That is a success. God, Lily's a squid magnet. But importantly, 2 damage. I'm going to try to end it this turn so Darrell doesn't die. I'm going to try to end it this turn so Darrell doesn't die. And if she takes the 4 and 2, so be it. I'm going to attack with the Butterfly Swords again. 5 on a 3. Yes! Okay. That puts the 12th damage on him. And he has 6 Investigator HP, which is 12. He is diggity dead. If he is defeated, R1. Just for shits. Oh, this kidnapped was technically gone. Just for shits, what would have been my encounter cards had I come out here? I would have gotten a dude to fight and Psychopomp Song, which I could have added to Darrell. Darrell could have gone in and gotten the clues. But anyway, R1. And see, if the Necronomicon was in play, we would have gotten a different R versus not for getting the clues. But exciting, exciting. This is the first time I've actually killed Silas Bishop. So let's see what that says. Okay. Investigator defeat. Oh no, this is the train one. R1. As you land the finishing blow, the creature's body explodes into hundreds of squirming rope-like appendages, wriggling across the ground and climbing up the walls. You're so startled that you aren't fast enough to prevent them from escaping the room. Even so, whatever that creature was, you're glad it's now dead. In your campaign log, record that you put Silas Bishop out of his misery. In your campaign under Sacrifice to Yog-Sothoth, record the names of each unique card underneath the agenda deck. So that's these 3. Warren Rice, Earl Sawyer, and Zebulon Waitley. Waitley. Okay. So that means Armitage survived. Nice. Nobody had Warren Rice because he was the first one kidnapped. And then these two, what do these two guys do? I don't know if I've ever had them in my decks. Zebulon Waitley gives me a head stat, and after you succeed at a head on a treachery, exhaust him to draw a card. Earl Sawyer's pretty much the same thing for feet. He's got a humongous brain sink. Earl's a 3 and 2. Professor's the book guy. Armitage is the question mark guy, and he lets you, instead of drawing a shitty card, you can turn it into 3 resources. Anyway, back to the resolution. If an investigator with the Necronomicon was defeated, nope, Darrell survived twice by the skin of his teeth. And then each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. So Silas Bishop is 2 victory points. And each investigator earns 2 bonus experience as they gain insight into the hidden world of the mythos. We would have gotten 2 bonus experience regardless, as long as we succeeded. Really the only difference between killing him, having the Necronomicon in play and getting the clues, and not having the Necronomicon in play and getting the clues, is you restore Silas Bishop or banish Silas Bishop, which that matters for the next scenario. Or no, the Where Doom Awaits scenario. Undimensioned and Unseen. This is probably my least favorite scenario in all of Arkham. At least ones that I'm familiar with. There's some in like the Circle Undone that we didn't do too well in, and so we didn't spend a lot of time there. So I haven't formed a proper opinion about them. But anyway, that is the end of Blood on the Altar. Oh, we have an interlude to do. We might as well do the interlude. Yeah, let's do these. Let's do the Survivors interlude. How long is this video right now? An hour and a half? Yeah, sure. Inside the chamber that contained the terrible beast, you find the missing townsfolk and the others from Arkham. They are bound and shackled. You also find several documents that suggest the creature you found isn't the only one of its kind in Dunwich. You free the creature's victims from their bonds, and they offer you their thanks. You begin to plan your next move. Check the campaign log for each of the following 5 characters who are not listed under Sacrifice to Yog-Sothoth. Read their associated passage. When you're done, proceed to Scenario 5. Okay. So Armitage was not listed. Armitage and Morgan were the 2 not. They were the 2 that were in Lily's deck. It's far worse than we had thought, Dr. Armitage says, pale and trembling. Wilbur Waitley was only the beginning. There were more, many more in Dunwich, who knew of the great old ones, and who desired power and knowledge above all else. But earth be damned. I knew I should have burned that wretched journal, that wretch's journal, but thanks to its contents, I know how we can stop them. We are the only ones who can. Now quickly, help me with the solution. The powder is the key. Yes, the powder is the only way. In your campaign log, record that Armitage survived the Dunwich legacy. Whoops. So let's see. Oh yeah, I got the Necronomicon. Darrell got the Necronomicon. Armitage survived the Dunwich legacy. If the Dr. Henry Armitage card is not already in Investigator's deck, nope, it's in Lily's deck. If the Powder of Ibn Ghazi is not already in an Investigator's deck, any one Investigator may choose to add that card to their deck. It does not count towards their deck size. Now, the Powder of Ibn Ghazi is this. Oh, gimme. Enters play with X clues on it, where X is the number of characters who survived. That's going to be 2. Fast, so Lightning Bolt, move 1 clue from the Powder of Ibn Ghazi to an exhausted Brood of Yog-Sothoth. Exhausting those Broods of Yog-Sothoth is going to be a pain in the ass, I'll tell you. give that to Darrell? Or Lily? Lily's dead. Well, actually, I know that it starts in play next campaign. Let's give it to Lily. I mean, it's fast, and we're going to be sticking together, so it really doesn't matter. So Lily gets the powder of Ibn-Ghazi. I think that's how you spell it. Okay, let's continue to reading this some more. It's not an underscore, that's for sure. Warren Rice. Francis Morgan. Thank you for everything you've done, Dr. Morgan says, taking count of your provisions and ammunition. Last time we needed some of that strange powder Armitage concocted to even see the beast that terrorized Dunwich. If there's more of those things out there, we're going to need that powder. I think I remember how he made it. In your campaign log, record that Francis Morgan survived the Dunwich legacy. And Lily already has Morgan in her deck. If the powder of Ibn-Ghazi is not already in Investigator's deck. Okay. And Zebulon Whately got sacrificed, and Earl Sawyer got sacrificed. Okay. Next up is Undimensioned and Unseen. What were the remaining encounter cards? We had Ancient Evils was on the bottom of the deck. That's where it belongs. An Unhallowed Country, another O'Banion's Thug, and On the Wings of Darkness. That would have sucked. Could you imagine Lily getting On the Wings of Darkness to back out here? She would have had to have spent an entire turn just moving back to the church. The chamber is always in the worst possible spot. It's never like it couldn't be attached to the brook. It's just never going to be attached here, or to the schoolhouse. It's never there. It's always at the Congregational Church. I think in my YouTube video where my friend and I were playing this, like the actual card game, this might have even been the exact setup. I think maybe instead of a House in the Reeds, we had this location. What are the other two locations? Oh, the Burned Ruins. And the Burned Ruins is connected to the Congregational Church in the Brook. Yeah, so I think we had... And then these are the locations that... that got removed. I think we had the Burned Ruins instead of the House in the Reeds, but that's still, to get to, like, the Congregational Church is the one location that is the most out of the way. Because it always takes you 3 turns to get there from the Village Commons. Right? Like... And for some reason, I always find myself with the chamber under the Congregational Church. I mean, I guess under a church is a good place to hide people and a giant monster. Like, I guess. Anyway, this video is getting long. That'll just about do it for this scenario. I will be back next time with Undimensioned and Unseen and try to track down some Brood of Yogg-Sothoths. Anyway, hope to see you guys in the next one.